if you're just joining us, then here's a little reminder that us, the Outsiders, me, James Morrow, Rita, and Rowan, will be appearing in Brisbane at the 2024 CPAC conference at the Sofitel in Brisbane on the weekend of October 5 and 6. Now, if you'd like to be there, we'd love to see you there. And here's how you get the tickets. You go to www.cpac.network. That's www.cpac.network to get your tickets. We're going to host this show at Outsiders live from the event on Sunday morning. So get online, get those tickets, and we're going to see you there. And here's another exciting bit about this. During the show, we're going to throw it open to you. We're going to take questions from the audience. And if you are attending CPAC and want to get in the queue to ask a question, send that question, send that email to cpac@skynews.com.au. Now, we're going to have a lot more to tell you about this in the coming weeks, so stay tuned. Now, Rita, James McPherson, we got a bit of breaking news out of politics here. Apparently, there's a RedBridge poll which suggests that in the independent Teal-held seats of Goldstein in Victoria, which used to be held by Tim Wilson, and in Curtin in WA, the Liberals are now ahead 53-47. Rita.
It is very interesting indeed. I've got to say, Goldstein's my seat, and I thought Zoe Daniel would be safe there because she's kind of flown under the radar. She hasn't really made the sort of headlines Monique Ryan has made it from Kooyong, and I thought she'd be re-elected, but according to this, she's trailing 53-47. This is according to a RedBridge poll, so make of that what you will. The full data is going to be released later this afternoon, but it certainly is interesting, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's more Teals who are in trouble. And I don't think those are necessarily Liberal seats. This is no longer Liberal heartland. I think these will become seats that will go backwards and forwards, Independents, Labor, the Liberals, but shows that cost of living pressures are hurting even the most affluent in those inner city seats.
Well, I think you're right. I actually think, guys, that there are three reasons why all of the Teals we're going to see in at least some sort of strife, and I think some of them are going to be very vulnerable in the next election. And I think they are, as you say, the cost of living is a big thing. I think, number two, the fact is that, the Teal movement, James McPherson, was born of a very particular moment in time, and a lot of it had to do with a crystallization of feeling around Scott Morrison. They don't have that anymore, and you can see the way Anthony Albanese tries to recapture some of that spirit with Scott Morrison trying to tell everybody that Peter Dutton is divisive Dutton. I don't frankly think that works. I don't think that that grows the Labour base at all and the Labour vote at all, because the Labour vote, as we know, is just absolutely in the toilet. But also, I think people are reasonable enough to understand now that when they have an independent as their local member, they don't have a voice in the party room. So they don't have any sort of advocacy for horse trading to get things, to bring things back to their electorate. So I think these three factors are going to start to mitigate against the Teals, which were really, Rita, kind of a vanity movement and kind of a luxury good.
They were definitely a vanity movement. I think Simon Holmes à Court, in fact, has done a brilliant service for the Liberal Party in ridding it of its bedwetters, its smaller Liberals who caused so much division and really confusion, ideological confusion. I don't think Peter Dutton could be as sound as he is now, coming out against The Voice, coming out with nuclear policy, if he had all those destructive forces still within the party advocating against those positions. So now we've got a clear choice coming up to the next election. And the Teals, if they were if the Labor were in minority government and the Teals had some influence, but really the votes are superfluous. They're just kind of taking up space there.
Yep.
Every now and then they get up and have some sort of a tantrum about often.
Put on your mask.
Put on your mask. Just a few weeks ago, we had the ridiculous situation of Zali Steggall lecturing everybody about standards in Parliament and how they weren't good enough, literally days after she had to apologise for calling Peter Dutton racist in Parliament. So,
but Rita, how it works, the standards only work one way.
I think people have had their fill. Thank you, Simon Holmes à Court, for your service to the country, but we're moving on.
Yeah, I think we are.